Hello again. If you're not where you want to be in life, you got to be honest with yourself. It's the first step in facilitating growth. How are you supposed to work towards change in your life if you don't find any areas of improvement? For example, if you think that you're perfect, first off, no one's perfect, but if you think that you have your life all figured out, you will be stagnant. If there's one thing that I've learned, it's that the more that you learn, the more you realize you don't know. And that's just because there's just so much to this world. There's so much information that you could possibly attain. And when you unlock one door and explore one area of interest, there's just a whole plethora of different inner workings behind that different topic. And I know that we're getting off subject today, but so if you think about playing basketball, never played basketball before. Once you learn about basketball, you realize that there's so much behind it. There's a lot of different layers to it. Playing offense, playing defense, there's a lot that goes into playing basketball that you didn't realize before. So now you realize that you don't know much about basketball. And that just goes to any kind of subject that you're trying to get into. Once you are aware of that subject, there's so many things going on behind the scenes that happen within that area of interest, if that makes sense. So getting back on topic, you kind of have to be unhappy with yourself to a certain extent in order to make that first initial push to make some kind of change in your life. So that's how I started my own personal self-improvement journey. Being rejected by a girl doesn't feel good. You only have two options realistically past that, as long as there was no violence or abuse or anything crazy like that. So you either blame it on the other person or you take some sort of responsibility for the breakup. If you put the blame entirely on the other person, then you probably need to do some self-reflecting and mature a little bit more, because not everything is one-sided, especially in things like relationships. There are two sides to the coin, and each party plays a role in facilitating whatever relationship you guys have going on. Not everything can be blamed on the one side. There has to be some sort of responsibility that you can take there. Sometimes people change their emotions in what seems like out of the blue, but there could have been things that you have done in order to make them feel that type of way. On the other hand, if you do take responsibility, there are two outcomes that could come into play. For one, you could feel sorry for yourself and then spiral into some sort of depression, or you can use that breakup to add some fuel to the fire. For me personally, after a couple months of feeling down in the dumps and feeling sorry for myself, I decided to put some pressure back on myself to be better for the next time. So relating this back to the title of today's video, we got to be honest with ourselves about our current life situation. And if that's not where we want to be, we have to make some changes and act towards where we want to go. At this point in my life, I've realized that I've become sort of stagnant. I've plateaued a little bit, and I'm not progressing to where I want to be in life. Since I realize that I'm not where I want to be at today, I need to make plans and take action to where I want to be for the future. So basically, the first step is just admitting that where you are is where you are and that we have to do something to change it. And I will be making changes accordingly in order to get to where I want to go in the future. Thanks for listening.